What's up, YouTube? So today, Vagabond Builds coming at you with the 2021 Chevrolet Trailblazer RS package. And we're going to be doing a review of the car, of the exterior, interior, and some specs about the car. But before we do, please subscribe and like our video. And a special shout out to John L. Sullivan Group at the Chevrolet Roseville Auto Mall in the greater Sacramento area. Let's go. So starting off on the front end review of this 2021 Trailblazer, we see that Chevrolet kind of kept that same body style from the old coming into the new. Now this being the RS package, we're going to see some different trim colors. Take that into consideration because there are different packages on these compact SUVs. We're going to see different colors and trims and looks, so be aware of that. Big, nice black gloss grille, kind of with a multi-level texture look, very nice. Then you have kind of this black chrome piece in between the top and bottom black gloss grille. Now this is kind of chrome look, and then you have that black gloss on the top and bottom grills. You have the nice black Chevrolet emblem. Now this is something you're going to see different on specific Trailblazers. You'll see the gold, and some you'll see the black. Coming over to the headlights, let's say, because you have this headlight embedded into the front bumper, and you have the LED low beam but the halogen high beam integrated into the headlight that's in the bumper. And then coming over to the top, you have the daytime running LED bar with your signal light halogens embedded in this top headlight. So it's kind of like a two-step headlight, which is pretty cool. I kind of like the idea of that. And then you come over and you have your fog light. Now these bezel pieces on this RS are kind of they kind of give it a carbon fiber texture, giving it a little more sportier look on the trim on this exact car. Now you do see the RS badge stamped on the driver's side upper part of this lower grille. So coming down over to the lower part, again, you kind of have that carbon fiber look on this lower part of the trim, giving kind of more of a sportier and aggressive look on this exact trim. Now, let me show you the side of this car. We have these 18-inch bicolor rim that you have on this exact RS package with the blackened out Chevrolet emblem stamped right on the center cap of this. So you're going to be seeing some different colors on this exact rim that you are going to be seeing from different packages. You do have on the internal part of the rim, you have that black gloss that you also have on the front grille. So it kind of matches the front grille. And then you have kind of that machine surface silver look on this rim. Again, take into consideration, you will see different rims on different packages. So just be aware of that. Nice parking marker here embedded on the side of this bumper with this plastic kind of rough trim on this fender flare here, giving it some offset. So that's pretty cool. Now, nothing stamped on the fender, pretty straight to the point, simple fender look. Coming over to the door, you have that, the only two-tone I see on this door is this nice white color with that same black plastic rough trim look that you have here. So it kind of just follows through the car to the back. So that's pretty cool, kind of making it that the bottom of the car has that black trim look and then offsetting the top with the white, so giving it some character. Coming over to the side mirror, you do have a heated side mirror on this exact package with that black gloss paint to match the front grille and the rims. So you're going to be seeing that throughout the car. No integrating lighting, we do see that, and the signal light is up front. You do have the lane assist on this exact car. Coming over to the side, you have this nice black kind of matte trim look around the windows. Now, get a load of this. You do have these nice roof rails here on top. You do have the set right and left, and that kind of black plastic trim to match the bottom side of the car, so giving it that nice finish up top. This whole roof is that black paint, so take in consideration, again, very nice offset. I'm a huge fan of the black roofing on these cars. Coming over to the rear end of the car, we see some nice change on this rear end. Now, very nice tail light kind of finishing off in the rear side of the quarter panel and then also attaching to the tailgate. I'm a fan of that. Very nice kind of classy look. at the same time of being an off-road aggressive sporty look on this RS model. Check out these cuts. I mean, just be aware of the cuts and the character that the Chevrolet does put in this iconic Trailblazer from the old to the new. I'm a huge fan of these kind of compact SUV off-road type of SUVs. Super cool. You have that marker instilled vertically in the bumper. Very nice. With that black rough trim look in between the white and that nice carbon fiber look. It's not exactly carbon fiber. It is a carbon fiber look. So this will giving it more of that sporty look, kind of matching around the car. Very nice, kind of throws offset. You do have your standard bumper sensors on this rear bumper cover. Trailblazer stamp in the black, again, the gloss black to match the rest of the trim with your all-wheel drive stamp. Now, something that's really cool about this car is that you can take it out of all-wheel drive and place it into two-wheel drive, so you're not constantly running in the all-wheel drive mode, which huge fan of, because if you are buying this car, I love the fact that you can just have that option on these little compact SUVs. Very cool. That's why people loved the old ones. Black Chevrolet emblem with the nice tinted and the metallic black spoiler up top over that rear glass with your brake light instilled in that spoiler. Pretty cool. You do have your RS stamp here on the passenger rear of the tailgate. Very cool. Now, pretty much finishing the exterior and kind of some ideas of the exterior that's going to shoot us into this trunk. Now, it's not an automatic tailgate. You are going to pop that up. Some people like it. I like the idea of it because less to worry about if something does go wrong or break. Have a pretty much simple, straight to the point trunk space on this. Now, if we do lift this mat, you do get some personal space on this trunk area. So if you want to put a backpack or something that you don't want people to see as you parked, you do have your spare tires and all the jack and good stuff. Now we can just slide this mat back in, or this top cover. You kind of have some space here, a little bit of cubby space for your personal belongings, and some hooks and tie downs from this. Pretty cool option to have on this car is that you can put these rear seats down by the click of that button next to the top shoulder, and you can connect this trunk over to the rear seats if you have something longer, if you're throwing your snowboard, your skis, or anything of that sort, or you just have more groceries to get. Let's pull that back up and it clicks back in place. We do have some lighting here on the left of the trunk, and you can also get options of getting covers for these trunks. So pretty cool, straight to the point. Let's go ahead and close that. You do have to pull this down. And we're pretty much done with the exteriors, a little bit about the trunk. Let's head over to the interior of this car. All right, so coming into the car, let's go ahead and sit in, shut the door. What pops open to my eye first is you do have this nice kind of jet black interior with this very nice red stitching. Now, it's not a bright red, it's kind of like a darker red, which I'm a fan of those darker reds, a little bit more classy inside the car. But you do see that majority of the interior is black. Nice plastic along with that, they call it that new leatherette or leather inserts. You're going to be seeing the trim on the seats is that new leather, also with that new leather name per se, with the red stitching inside the interior. Now, you do have your unlock and lock button on the door panel with your control module to your windows and your side mirrors, like standard on a lot of cars. Cup holders inside. Now, speaker does have a premium Bose sound system speaker embedded in this car, which I'm a huge fan of, because if you've been watching my other videos, I love the Bose. I grew up on Bose, and just very good sound. You got good beat in the car. To the left, you have the control unit to the headlights with your fog lights, and you can dim out your cluster lighting to darker or lighter, depends how you want it. Now, perforated black leather stitching on the steering wheel with kind of that full leather look with that red stitching on the interior side, and that kind of black glossy lower end piece on the bottom part of this steering wheel, giving it a nice, very sporty look with that black Chevrolet emblem on this RS model. You do have your manual controls here to control clusters and music and things of that sort, along with the cruise control. Now, behind the steering wheel, you do have your control panels for your volume and things of that sort at the push of your 2 fingers right here. Typical rods for your windshields and your signal lights and all that good stuff. Now you do have a manual control for that steering column. Now some people like the manual, some people like the automatic. Again, it's all opinion. And coming over to the dashboard, you see that we have multi-look dashboard. You have that top plastic on the top, but you do kind of have this texture material with that red stitching in. Now also a little bit of character with different design inserts on this. So you kind of, if you pay attention to this car, it kind of has offsets, very nice, and different things as you work yourself over from the driver side to the passenger side. You'll see a little bit of difference in this, giving this pretty nice, simple, compact SUV a very nice character on the interior. Infotainment center, very nice big screen here with that black gloss trim to match the other trim on the door panels along with the steering wheel. Manual buttons for your controls on your radio stations, home, and coming over, you do have a single zone heating on this car, so one person sets the temperature for the whole car. Continuing lower, you do have your USB-C and your USB-A hookup with your aux and your inlet plug-in with your SD card, which is pretty cool. You have a wireless charging pad on this cubby right here, very nice, with kind of that trim piece red on this lower part of the infotainment center here, partial center console, and you have that kind of nice dark red look, very cool. It is a matte finish, very nice. I'm a huge fan of that. And then you have your control unit for your traction control, lane assist, and if you want to put it into sport mode by pushing of the flag. Now the all-wheel drive button, this is where you would push that all-wheel drive button to put it from two-wheel drive to all-wheel drive to engage all 4 of those tires. Very nice red stitching leather for this shift knob, RS embedded in that shift knob right under your palm where you're holding it. And if you do put it into sport mode on the left with the push of your thumb, you do have the pluses and minuses button on the shift knob. So pretty cool. Very nice cup holders, deep so your cups don't topple over. Black gloss trim to match the rest of the interior pieces. You have your parking button here with a little bit of personal cubby space right next to you. Let's pop open this cap. Nice kind of black, rough look. You do have 2 levels to this. Now, something I probably would have wished to see on this exact center console is something that I don't have to take out every time I want to reach the bottom part of this little cubby or personal space, whatever you want to call it. And then you got to put that back in, or you could just take it out and leave it out if you don't need this tray. But knowing me, I would use that 2-level. So I wish they would have kind of did a double button system like a lot of the cars. You see that. Coming over to this seat. Now, look at this seat. You kind of have that nice cloth look on the center of this seat with that new term leatherette or leather side holsters. Now, with this, see, now this is what I'm talking about is you'll have this kind of cloth texture look. Then you have the leather. Then you have the red stitching. And then you have kind of that outer little stitching piece with that kind of white and black grayish look. So giving a lot of character to these seats. These seats are pretty comfortable. Not the greatest. We're not going to be seeing, Cadillac Escalade stuff, but for this SUV, it is very nice and comfortable. Does have Apple CarPlay, does have Android support, so you can hook up that to your system. Let's go ahead and turn on the car. So I can show you, you see that Chevrolet sign pop open. You do have your cluster that are the tachometers are manual with the RS sign embedded on the left side of that cluster. You kind of have a digital center with all the things showing you up top on that information card up top. Now let's go ahead, we can show you a little bit of that. Now let's say I wanted to switch in between. You can switch to your music and all that stuff and which direction you're driving in. Pretty straightforward, straight to the point. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you can hook up apps in your audio. It is touch sensitive. Do have internet radio, so pretty cool. You do get a lot on this simple SUV. Now this Great for, you know, a child, a teenager, or, you know, you just want to head up to the mountain and you want it for yourself. Hey, great idea on this compact SUV. So we're pretty much done with the front side of this interior. Let's head on over to the back. So on the rear side of this interior, let's go ahead and step in. Now, pretty comfortable. The angle of the seating is pretty comfortable. A lot of leg room for us tall guys, and head clearance. That is a huge thing for us tall guys, is you do have the head clearance on this SUV. Makes it very comfortable in that manner. Pretty straightforward door panel. Now, one thing I've noticed, coming from the front to the back, you're not going to have as much character on those front seats and on those front door panels. You won't see the red stitching on this back door panel. You will see it on the seat though, but you're not going to see kind of that white and black gray insert stitching on the side of this seat. So take that into consideration. Straight to the point, you can control your window with a little bit of cubby space, personal space, standard space on this back seat. Now, something I forgot to mention coming from the front is the driver's seat is controlled with electric, but everything else is manual inside the car. Back side of the center console, USB-C, USB-A plug-in with a nice 110 volt plug. That's pretty cool that they put that in this SUV. Now, over to the armrest, you have, again, simple, straight to the point, cup holders, very nice big depth. I would give it a 50-50. Be aware if you do have those big cups so they're not toppling over, and you have that nice rest. Connects to the back trunk. You have the O'Shiznit handle with a little bit of lighting to the car if you need it while you're trying to read something. So we're pretty much done on the interior of this car. Let's go ahead and talk some specs about the motor. So some specs about this motor. It comes with the 1.3 liter turbo motor, and it comes with 155 horsepower, 174 pounds of torque, and a 9-speed automatic transmission with overdrive. A little bit about the gas consumption. You do get 26 city and 30 highway with a 13.2 gallon tank. All-wheel drive, like I was saying in the video. Now, guys, take into consideration it's a very nice, affordable, compact SUV. And now that we're pretty much done with the review of this car, thank you so much for watching. And again, please subscribe and stay tuned. We got other things coming. Thanks.